It's just me and my demons, living this life. Solitude is all I know. It's just me trying to survive this world and all its struggles, like the things I can relate to. People make mistakes too, and this must be the way that we all fall down. So crawl on down, just to see where your life will take you. So far down, until everything else is just a vapor of memory that's not gonna see. No one else will believe this lie. This time you're forsaken everything.
Saturdays and holidays, make up all my lost birthdays, do unto others as I would have done in person. I don't play Christmas songs, that's alright with me. Fussy faces and empty phrases all wrapped up in a bow. What them kids don't know won't hurt on the hearty ho ho ho. Boris also begging dog, and let's let it all sink in. 'Twas the night before it all began, and all I wanted was it to end.
everybody, welcome back. I have Lucinda Enfant. Did I say that right? I got it right. Yay! I got it right. So you've been painting murals. Is that just exclusively in Gulfport you've been working on murals, or in other parts of the Gulf Coast?
I call it the quadfecta because I just got one in Ocean Springs. So I have Bay St. Louis, Gulfport, Biloxi, and Ocean Springs now. My
Wow.
quadfecta.
You're just covering the whole coast.
Trying to.
I liked Mandy was showing me some of your work. I liked the Life Aquatic.
Oh yeah, those are my favorite. Yeah, I love those shows. I wish we had more of those Wes Anderson shows. Yeah, those are really cool. It was like my favorite thing to participate in.
Yeah. So what are you working on right now currently as far as murals go? That's your main thing, right?
Mm-hmm. I just got finished with one in Ocean Springs behind Mosaics, Neon Moon, and Lost Springs Brewery, and they wanted it's gigantic. It's my biggest one I've ever done. They wanted a Forge Smith style painting, and they kind of put a thing out on Facebook, and I immediately was on it, and probably bugged the guy to death. But he was like, I went in for a meeting, and we talked, and there was synergy, and got it done. I mean, I had 2 weeks to do it. I had to do it really quick.
Oh, I wanted to ask, like, is it like a bidding war, like when you go in for the mural projects? Because I know there's like several other artists on the Gulf Coast that do murals, so I kind of have this picture of everyone kind of fighting all over a space on like who's going to get to do it.
I feel like there is. If there's an open call for it, especially like on social media, I feel like that because people they don't just message whoever is doing the open call. Like they start posting their actual artwork like under the post and trying to grab their attention and stuff, which is
Cheating.
tacky. Yeah, it's tacky. You should message them and go in for a meeting or whatever. But yeah.
Well, I imagine with the other established mural artists on the coast, they, can take a picture and be like, I've done one, this is what it looks like, this is what yours would look like, this is my style. But you're telling me that you are actually a nurse and that your art training is all self-taught.
Yes.
So like whoever the art teacher was that was like, you'll never do art, is like, you're doing murals now.
Yeah, I know. I wish I could go back, especially to the college teacher, and tell him like, hey, look what I'm doing now. You can.
Ooh, what college?
it was JD, but
Ooh.
yeah. I mean, they kind of laughed me
What
out
year?
of the classroom. Oh Lord, it was over 14 years ago now.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, they kind of laughed me out of the classroom because of the supplies I had. I had all Bob Ross paints, and they were like, don't bring that in here, basically, like, you'll get laughed out of here, and I'm like, it's a good product, I'm just trying to tell them, like, it's a good product. They kind of, like, I hadn't formally taken drawing or anything, so, I mean, I had to bring in, like, a portfolio, which, looking back, it was probably a hot mess compared to, I think every year you get a little bit better, but, I mean, they let me in the class, so I was super excited about it, but I got too embarrassed, and I ended up doing theater instead.
Hey!
So it was good, yeah.
Who was the theater teacher at the time?
Mr. Perini and
Okay.
Mr. Catlett.
Yeah. So when I did theater there, Catlett was the director for the play. But I did the sound. I was the sound engineer for the play. I was in charge of the audio and stuff. But yeah. So you're doing murals now. You're a nurse. How's COVID been? Does it give you a lot of time to focus on sketching out your mural ideas?
I'm so stressed out. Like we were joking about that actually in like a Teams meeting the other day with our customer service reps. They were talking about how to reduce stress and what do you do to reduce stress. And I sent them a picture of me like this in front of like the mural. Like y'all are stressing me out this much. Like this is the biggest mural I've done. So and they were kind of laughing, but yeah.
That makes sense though.
A lot of them don't know I do art too. So I mean.
How do you juggle that, like between work and is it like so you're off like on the weekend, then that's all you do is just focus on?
I kind of do, yeah. Especially
and then they're like,
since
I'll be back next Saturday.
Pretty much, yeah. Or I try to do an hour a day anyway, regardless what's going on. I try to do an hour art a day.
Like before you go to work.
Regardless, before or after, yeah.
That's like good mental preparation.
It is, and work has been super stressful, so I really needed that outlet. So I've definitely done more art since COVID. 100%.
I went through the last phase I went through was doing like these like whitewash collages, and I was going to do this whole series of them. And I'd go in like on a Friday, and then like before I knew it, like Sunday night was. I'm like the time just flies by because you're so you get
hyper focus. Yeah, I hyper focus. I don't realize I'm spending that much time on it anyway. So
you get lost, in the creation and what you're trying to.
Yeah, especially if it's something I'm excited about. Sometimes people want something you're not so excited about, but you can make it work.
So what are you working on right now that's exciting?
There is something I'm working on for the people at Mosaics, but I can't talk about it just yet.
Hush, hush.
But yeah, it's good. And I've been doing, of course, it's the holidays, so pet portraits and things like that for people.
Well, I know Mandy probably has the photos. So where are some of like spots that you could mention for people to go check out your murals?
Ruth's Roots in Bay St. Louis. There is a big old koi mural on the slab, and it was a contest thing. So I won 3rd place, but then I got the People's Choice Award for that one. That was my first mural, which was interesting. Yeah, looking back now, I'm like, wow.
But you're a pro now. I did 5 of them. I know what I'm doing now.
I am inconsistent as can be, so like I have to be careful. Like when I do go in for meetings, like I have to be clear on what they want, and kind of like I show them my work. Like this is the results. Sometimes it varies, so I'm honest when I feel like I can't do something because I can't do everything. I have a mural in Biloxi at the Maritime Museum. That one was the one I learned the most on because I never climbed on scaffolding. I did not use a projector. I painted the hurricane the wrong way, and somebody told me on social media, which was embarrassing. So essentially I painted a typhoon and had to go redo the mural. And it, to me, looks like finger painting, but people really like that one because it's bright and they can see it from the highway. So that is the other one I did. And then Burger in Biloxi, I did a mural for them of their old restaurant.
I'm kind of actually surprised somebody on the coast would notice the wind in the wrong direction.
It was like a natural thing with my brain. I'm kind of dyslexic anyway, so I mean, really, it was like when I was in it, it was so much more prettier the other way. Like I had done such a good job, I was so proud of it, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, that's a typhoon. You got to go change that." I was like, "Do you think anybody else would know?" And they're like, "Yes, go change it." I'm like, "Okay." There are several artists that I pull from, but I mean, most of them are like psychedelic type artists that use a lot of bright colors. I don't know why artists are scared to use color, but they are, and they're always like, "We love your colors," and I'm like, "I use primary colors. It's pretty basic, y'all." But
right.
Yeah, I mean, the brighter, the better is what I think. I want to be like Lisa Frank, but not quite so wild.
I feel like the mural campaign is kind of a big business now for the coast because Biloxi really got on the ball trying to bring the downtown back and get the murals, on the older buildings, and some of the other cities have started to try to do that too. It kind of ties it all together.
It does. So like Bay St. Louis just past few months had like a wall-to-wall mural contest. I wouldn't say it was a contest, but I'm part of that little group down there too, because they do a lot of interesting events. So they did that, and like Andrew Switzer, he had his big one in downtown Bay St. Louis. I ended up getting like an electrical box that I painted, but it was a lot of fun. Like it was raining. It was a horrible day, the actual day that we did the event. But like I'm out there with like a little tent over me painting.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool because they did have like a lot of different artists doing like huge murals out there, so it was really interesting.
Bay St. Louis and Ocean Springs, I would say, are probably some of the more open-minded places on the coast for having galleries. And so, I can remember when I was going to JD that there was a gallery in downtown Bay St. Louis, and they were also doing like the first Friday all the businesses stay open at night, and this gallery was open, but they also were just doing an open mic so letting musicians come in while people could come in and see the art at the same time.
Yeah, Bay St. Louis. That's where I was born and raised, but for the most part. But yeah, I mean, they've always been like a really good art community for sure, and I absolutely love Ocean Springs as well. But that's all kind of new to me because they're They're a little fancy.
Lucinda, thank you so much for coming on Red Radio. And if someone is interested in getting in contact with you about a mural project or hiring you to do a mural for their business, what's the best way for them to contact you?
Messenger on Facebook, just send me a message, or on Instagram, either or. So, yep.
Awesome. Listen to Enfant, everybody. Thank you so much for coming on Red Radio.
Thank y'all.
From school, you down my hand, said you didn't care, you wanted me to be free. Remembered what it was like to be a kid just like me. Still all the kids, the grands, the greats, and all the in-betweens. Well, man, I sent to Mardi Gras, she's always been my queen. There's no way that I can pay you back for all the things that you've done. If I could buy you the Billmore Mansion, I would. But I can't write you a song. But I can't write you a song. My Santa Claus, my birthday card, took us all in from the yard. Brought me booze, told me rules. If you needed it, you picked me up from school. You down my head, said you didn't care. You wanted me to be free. You remembered what it was like to be a kid just like me. So here's to you, my grandma, my rock, my home. Here's to you. My Santa Claus, my birthday card. You took us all in from the yard. You bought me booze, you told me rules. If I needed it, you picked me up from school. You let me down my head, said you didn't care. You wanted me to be free. 'Cause you remembered what it was like to be a kid just like me.
So am I.
I'm fucking tripping, bro.
So Mitchell, how are you doing tonight?
You got anything in the works coming up?
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart.
Hey everybody, welcome back. We have Mike Ross in the house tonight and some of his fellow plant mates. They survive off of photosynthesis and beer.
You plant them and they grow, is all I'm saying. So Michael Ross, I like to go by Michael Ross because that's what it is on iTunes. So if you were to look me up, if you look up Mike Ross, you'll find like a jazz singer or a serial killer. So I'd prefer to
You could be
leave
that.
my past in the past. From now on, Michael Ross and the All I Had Band.
Just,
So, you guys are looking to play more? Is that right? You're looking for a manager? What's going on?
We're doing things, and yes, we like to play more. I'm just tired of booking shows. So I'd love a manager or a tour person or somebody just book shows. Show me where to show up and make money. And I'll give you money for making me money. It's a mutual thing. You know, we could be fun about it.
Yeah, I saw your post. I was curious. Like, you're looking to get more out of town like on the weekends, like every week, every
Yes.
month?
I just want to get out of Mississippi in general. I can't. The point behind that was I've booked shows for every one of my bands for years and years, 25 years long.
Yeah.
I think it's time, retire those reins, hand them off to somebody fresh with the fire to be like, just,
He's tired of making phone calls. Next question.
tired of them.
Next question.
Next question.
When's the next album coming out?
Because
Because the last time I talked to you, you said it took, what, like 10 years to make the first one, right?
No.
well, these are like, yeah.
So in 10 years, it'll be like
No.
2031.
No. There's plenty of songs. I've written a million
I'll be
songs.
25.
These guys will be dead.
Yeah, I'm 25 by then.
Pat at least. No, the songs in the album are like shit that I just wrote randomly throughout the years. And as a musician, artist, I was like, I don't want to write more songs until I record these old songs because some of these are bangers. So it studied me as a musician. Because, I'm writing a song like, yeah. But what about that one back there? So I had to, write that down. Once it's laid down, then all right, we can move on.
Yeah,
Next question.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah, bruh.
You know what I'm saying? What he said.
Anyway,
That's what I was telling you after I saw you play at the Juke Joint. I was not ready for how upbeat a lot of the songs were. And when I was watching you guys play that day, or that night, I was just like, holy crap, finally we got a really great upbeat band on the coast. And also, seeing the three, because you're 3/4 of Party at the Moon Tower, so there's that expectation that it's going to be kind of somewhat parallel to Party at the Moon Tower, but it's its own animal.
Never heard of him.
Who the fuck is that?
Who are you talking about?
Kick Kenan out. He's doing tractor bands now.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm a goddamn winner.
Kennan's in
okay?
this band too. Kennan's in this
I'm a
band too.
fucking winner.
We're an upbeat band, Mitchell.
Marlo, he's a fucking winner. All right, we play music, we write music, we've written music for fucking years. Pat, he just shows up half the time we call him.
He's the beat.
When he's there. So yeah, we're gonna continue to just write whatever. We'll name it fucking Molly Jean's Poppy Shop if we need to, if it
Like
just
that.
describes the sound. Because Party at the Moon Tower is more of like the 90s alternative style. Like that's our,
Niche.
yeah, that's where we're at.
Okay.
So if I bring a fucking metal room, like, hey guys, what do you think about that? They're like, we think you can play that over there. So like, I need a band for that. I need a band for this. I need a band to play punk. I
Yeah,
need
we like
a band
all
to play
music.
this. Yeah, we're musicians.
But that was also one of the things I noticed too when y'all played live is that there was a lot of crossover in influences. Like you're saying how Party of the Moon Tower kind of you have these perimeters that you work within, but your band you can hear multiple influences throughout the set, throughout the songs.
I'm ADHD, so of course. I forget what I'm playing half the time in the middle of the song. I'm like, oh, we're playing it slow. No, we're punking it out. And the people are like, that's great.
On the next album, you're gonna have a song that's kind of jazzy about serial killing.
I did a jazzy song about serial killers. Fuck your face.
It's on the first album.
Kill you up.
This album, like really, if you listen to the CD, it's more heavy and more of a different style. We got together trying to make that sound for the show, and it really just wasn't me. And really, how we've been playing together forever, so the sound just was different. So that's how this sound really doesn't. It turned more punky or something because it just was natural. Instead of fighting it, we were like trying to do it, and it just wasn't me or us.
Yeah.
So the album sounds one way, which is awesome too, but it's totally a different style in a way.
Yeah, it's literally me and Joey
Then
Miller
what-
in the
how
studio.
we play it.
When we got in the
We
room, like,
play
hey,
as more garage band, punk,
Yeah,
rock.
no, I love it, and that's what I was telling you after I listened to it and
Way
saw
more
you guys
upbeat.
play it. Yeah, I was like that punk
More punk,
influence.
yeah, pop.
I picked up on that, and I was like,
Instead of
Yes.
double bass and metal, drums, it had
I mean, he's the only guy on the coast that has a mohawk.
right.
and I just shaved it off.
It worked out. See, it worked out.
Where'd it go?
So
Yeah,
what are you
full
doing? You gonna play a show soon? You got shows coming up for the new year?
Alright, so,
you gonna record tour?
We just booked a huge thing, and this is so big. Like, first to hear it, Red Radio. We're gonna play Ricky Lake next week.
Yes, I'm excited for that.
It's an early, like right after your grandma's soap operas. We're going on.
Go on.
Us, Michael Ross, and all I had band. Ricky
Ricky
Lake.
Lake.
The next weekend, Pat, tell them what we got.
It's Arsenio Hall. He's back on. We're going back. Can't wait. That's in LA as well. It's gonna be pretty exciting.
Marlo, tell them what we got after that.
Next question.
Next question.
All right, so we're playing the Hardee's parking lot, December 26th. They're paying us in all French fries. We can't wait, greasy motherfuckers. Poster videos reopening, and they want us to do their big reopening. I didn't mean to share that so soon, but that's what's happening.
That's the main one that I'm excited for sure.
Okay,
That's
so let me ask you this. So you did the album. You're playing shows. What about a music video? Are we going to see a music video come out?
I did a music video. Where are you at? Are you not following my YouTube channel?
Obviously, I have not seen it. It's not
Fuck,
on my
it
radar.
costs a lot of money.
There is an early music video.
Oh man.
No, I recorded a music video with Joey Miller from the Gulf Media Collective, and it was fucking awesome. Great video. Check it up on YouTube. Michael Ross, Lost. Just like my heart. Look it up.
It is one. That's all it was.
I'm fat in the graveyard
I
drinking
don't believe it.
That is. It was like.
Sam, pull it up.
It actually was pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah, pull it up.
pull it up.
Desolation in my mind now. Walking down an empty road. Why can't I be different? Belligerent. Now I'm laying in this bed. I think of the promises you break every day. Just like my heart. Just like my heart. Remember to lose control and bare your soul for a drink and a shallow grave. How long will you pretend not to be?
Unfortunately,
He didn't
it's
exist
just
yet.
fun.
He recorded
I
it.
can see that every night.
Right.
So like, here's well, that's a good recovery because he was one of all of us. So he's right.
Alright, so back to
We got
story.
it.
Like I said, I recorded with Joey Miller, recorded all these fucking songs, boom, 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 boom. Alright, I'm gonna shoot a video. I didn't have a band. It was just me and him, writing
Just
on
making
the
it happen.
I wrote all the music, we recorded, he added the drums. Then Kevin Harris, Special K, asked me, hey man,
You
wanna-
pay attention.
you want to play a show? I was like solo, or you want like full band? I was like, full band, we'll do one of these. I was like, fuck yeah. So I booked the show and it was like, hey Pat, man, you gonna play a show with me, learn some of my solo things? He said, yeah. Hey Marlon. I was like, who else? Am I gonna go find a new bass
That's all
player,
he
a
had,
new
dude.
drummer? I was like, that's what's Michael Ross and the
Not
All
one
I
like
Have
this.
band.
Not one like this.
Hey.
All right, so where can people expect to see you play next?
Blockbuster, that's-
Bennigan's next to the buffet,
On
the
the-
salad bar.
Cool.
On the coast, not in Hattiesburg.
On the coast.
Not at Shoney's in Hattiesburg. It's like the last Shoney's in the country.
Hey, aren't we
You
playing
can find me behind the subway next to the dumpster. Like, ooh, this food smells so good. Which I think is on my today.
Foot long. Get your foot long.
And nobody booked us or paying. We're just gonna
Something
show
about
up and
alligators.
start playing.
Woke up.
That's what we're going.
We're still doing this?
Everybody, Michael Ross band. All I had.
Yeah, right.
When are we gonna start the interview though?
Next question.
All right, so it's me. It's Mike Ross here. Michael Ross, iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, Pornhub. I'm everywhere. Coming everywhere. Your mom's couch.
I don't play Christmas songs and I don't have qualms for Jesus. Saturdays and holidays make up all my lost birthdays. Do unto others as I would have done in Mason. I don't play Christmas songs, that's alright with me. Fuzzy faces and empty phrases all wrapped up in a bow. What them kids don't know won't hurt 'em a hearty ho ho ho. Boris Olsen, Megan Dog, and let's let it all sink in. 'Twas the night before it all began, and all I wanted was it to end.
break my heart. Remember to lose control and bare your soul for a drink in a shallow grave, along with your pretend not to be erased.